Doctor Who.
Well, Doctor Who, you're doing just great, aren't you? What with your 7% Rotten Shills audience score, which has bottomed out as low as 5%. And this was after Rotten Shills deleted earlier audience scores in an attempt to save Chibs the Idiot's Dumpster Fire the sequel. Dr. Nasty gives her most self-righteous lecture yet. This is one of many possible futures. Catastrophe is coming, but isn't decided yet, and people need to step up. We can save planets or wreck them. Then the episode finishes with a look at the dregs. I see, so it's us that need to step up. But the elitist BBC doesn't have to do anything. Well, BBC, if this is what you believe, then maybe you should cancel yourself. How many resources went into making this abortion of an episode? How many resources go into your discriminatory make-work projects that nobody watches to ensure that your quota is full at the expense of the license fee payers? I think you should be the change you want to see, BBC, and stop wasting resources in stealing people's hard-earned money to make garbage like this episode.
Well, that's just silly. What's up, my Whovian homies? I am the Doctor Who Kid, and today we are looking at Orphan 55. Okay, so this episode starts with the TARDIS crew in the TARDIS cleaning with brooms because they've had a monster attack, and Yaz comments on the Doctor being in a bad mood. Ooh, spy foreshadowing. And then Graham gets these coupons, puts them in the teleport cube, and they wind up accidentally transporting over to this hotel place. Then it's like a spa and they all go do stuff. And Graham's big plan is to just sit around doing nothing for a whole bunch of hours. It's funny because he thinks it's going to be relaxing. Has he not realized what show he's on yet? But then Ryan gets infected with this virus briefly, and Doctor is able to get it out of him and put it in a crisp packet, and then she tells him to suck his thumb. And believe it or not, that becomes a thing later on. So yeah, a bunch of different stuff happens. Ryan meets this girl who he seems to be developing quite a rapport with. Yaz meets these old people, and the old man wants to get married to the old woman, even though they've been together for like 40 years and he could have done this any time before, but I guess they just never felt ready for it until now. And Graham encounters this mechanic guy and his son, who's much more gifted than him, while the mechanic guy is just all like, that's my little rascal, he doesn't know anything. I gotta say, that mechanic guy looked really familiar. Like, I know I've seen him somewhere before, but I just can't picture where. Oh! He was one of the Tweedies, wasn't he? But this being Doctor Who, all is not as it seems. The Doctor encounters this cat person, who still looks so much better than that movie, by the way. And they go into a linen cupboard that's actually not a linen cupboard, it's some sort of secret command-based thing. And then they get attacked by these monsters because the power grid goes down or something. And then a bunch of people die. And the old man is taken. So then the Doctor, companions, old woman, young woman that Ryan's meeting, and the two security employees of the spa have to go out into an irradiated wasteland in order to find him. Oh yeah, that's the thing. Turns out that the spa was built on a planet that went through its own Chernobyl years ago. That's a great business plan, don't you think? Actually, it is a good business plan because there's like a simulated sky shield around the spa, making sure people didn't know what planet they were on. And the whole thing was just a scheme to fund a terraforming project so the planet could be made hospitable again. Those diabolical geniuses! So they go out into the radiated wastelands, get attacked by the monsters. We hear Benny's among them and he's like, "Will you marry me, love?" "Oh yes, I would like that very much." "Okay, would you shoot me, love?" So then the security lady goes out, there's a bunch of fighting happens off screen, and then next thing we hear, Benny's been shot. So their mission a complete failure. They get chased by the monsters, go into this building where the spa set up like a teleport grid so they can teleport back to the spa. So they're going along and I can't help thinking, this place looks a bit like a train station. And then Graham or Yaz or someone notices this writing on the wall, and it's in Russian! Turns out, Orphan 55, the nuclear radiated wasteland planet, was Earth in the future! So it seems that at some point in the future, Earth fell victim to climate change and a whole bunch of other stuff. Earth, all the humans left, a few remained, and they evolved into the monsters. So yeah, a bunch of stuff happens. The Doctor almost runs out of oxygen because she talks too much. That's funny. But then she learned that the monsters breathe carbon dioxide just like trees do. Bunch of stuff happened. Doctor gets attacked by monsters again. Security lady shows up and is all like, "Go! I'll hold them off!" So then the Doctor heads back, teleports into the spa, and a whole bunch of other things happen. Turns out that lady Ryan was bonding with, she's actually security lady's daughter! And she's planning on blowing up the spa! Because her mother was never there for her and gave her a silly name. That's a bit petty. So yeah, more stuff happens. The lady's moms threaten to blow up the place, but due to all the power outages and monsters, that winds up actually complicating their chances of getting out alive. So they have to try and fix the teleport thing, and then the Tweenie's like, "I'll go and fix it, righty-ho, you son, you stay here, this is no work for you." And the son's like, "I'm so much better than you and you never listen to anything I'm saying, I'm gonna go now." "No, wait, son, come back." Then the Tweenie and Graham have to try and fix the teleports, and Orson, he's all like, "I don't know what I'm doing." "That's okay, Dad, I'm here to help you again." "Oh, thank you, son, this is all we're ever going to have that could possibly resolve our arc." So then more stuff happens. Everyone has to try and teleport, but there's not enough power to get everyone out. Well, so the lady Ryan was bonding with is like, "Go, I'll hold them off." And then security lady shows up and is like, "Yo, I'll hold them off too." And I'm just like, wait, what? Where did you come from? You were like making a last stand a bunch of minutes ago. Where? How did you get back here? How did you survive? Come on, writers, are you going to explain this? And then the Doctor and companions get teleported back into the TARDIS, and we never find out how she got back there and whether they survive. And then the episode ends with the Doctor making a big old speech about how humanity is needed to, fix the planet because it's the only planet we got, and we're in crisis mode, and if we don't do something now, then things are just going to go to crap. But hey, Orphan 55 is only one possible future. Who knows how things could turn out, as long as humanity learns to get its act together. Preachy. But hey, maybe preachy is what we need right now. I mean, you've seen all this climate stuff on the news, and like this Swedish girl who all the old white people are like, she's a spoiled brat. She shouldn't be protesting for the future of the planet. She should just be going to school and learning school things and getting sucked up into the capitalist system that ruins the lives of the working class. We get more money. Yeah, left me something to think about. Well, that was Orphan 55. Likeable characters, interesting stakes, thought-provoking questions about the future of the planet. I give it 10 out of 10, best Doctor Who episode ever! I'm the Doctor Who Kid, and I will see you next time for Nikola Tesla's House of Terrors.